What? It's your girl Motivation with V, and this is Get Real with V, where we're going to get real, we're going to get raw, and we're going to get down to the truth. And I am your host, Veronica Suazo. Welcome back, y'all. This is season 2, and I am so excited for this episode because we have another very special guest. And before I introduce her, I just want to say I've been following her for a very long time, actually. It's been years. I think since you started your business, I heard about Mission Native and just like all the jewelry that you were customizing and how it ties into our culture and being raised in the city in the 415. So I've been intrigued ever since you have started your business. My sisters buy your jewelry. I have friends that buy your jewelry. I have a bunch of friends and family that follow you on IG. So just know that you have made an impact within Frisco, within the Bay Area. And so I felt it in my soul when I started this podcast. You were one of the folks that I wanted to interview. And shout out to Alex, aka AU Dope on IG, who shouted you out on her episode and how you pretty much motivated and inspired her to work on her creative side while also getting her master's. And I've seen the growth in her, and to see that you were able to speak life into her like that is amazing. And this is what I do as a future therapist, as a human being, is I like to speak life into people, mainly women, but people in general, and show them their potential, show them what's possible. And you did that to Alex. You did that for her. And you're doing that for more people that you probably don't even realize. And so what this podcast is giving you your flowers so you understand how much of an impact you truly are making, but also for people to get to know you, what you've been through, and just how you've managed the challenges with building Mission Native. I think you also do Hoops for Hopes. So I'm excited to learn more about that. So you guys are in store for a lot. I'm excited. Get ready. So without further ado, gonna give the mic over to Valentina. Just tell us a little bit about yourself and what you were doing before you started Mission Native.
Well, first, I want to say thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for having me on the show. I'm really excited, and just your whole intro, my heart's beating. I don't even know at what rate. Sometimes, a lot of the times, I don't see a lot of the things that you mentioned. So just to hear that, I feel just seen. I feel validated. Gosh, like I've been doubting a couple things lately. I feel just by listening to you, I know what my path is. I know what my path is. I've been known what my path is. It's just sometimes I'm human and I doubt things, and I need to hear that sometimes. We'll talk a little bit about imposter syndrome because that's something that just came up just listening to you, and I need to talk myself out of those things. So thank you. And I'm excited to be here. And for people that don't know, I was born and raised in La Misión, San Francisco's Mission District, born and raised. And that's my heart. This is who I am. It's just formed that identity. And I feel such a connection to the place that I was born. Hence, this line and this creative path that I took. But to go back and answer your question, what I was doing before, I feel like I've done a lot of things. But prior to Mission Native, I was just working and focusing on my career. I'm a former CPS worker from City and County of San Francisco. I earned my master's degree at San Francisco State.
Congrats, by the way.
Oh,
yeah, it's a big deal.
Thank you. It is a big, and I'm the first in my family, first in just general relatives.
Yeah.
So that's something that I really, I'm very proud of. It's just instilled in my heart and my being, especially not having people to role model that for me, to really have gone to school, and even after the fact, I didn't go straight after high school. It took me 10 years for me to go back to school.
No way. The only reason why I'm saying that is because it took me 10 years to go back to get my master's. So I'm just like,
As it took me 10 years. And most of that was because that was my way of, after high school, going to work because I needed to help my family financially. My dad was the sole provider. My mom was a homemaker, and we never went without. So it wasn't that. It was just, I saw the struggle. I saw how hard my dad worked. And they're both in heaven now. I get teary-eyed talking about them because they're the loves of my life. But I saw how hard my dad worked. My dad was an amazing father, and my mom was an amazing woman. But going back to just the work, my dad put in anywhere from 12 to 15, 16 hours a day to make sure that his family had the basic needs and some. Just extras. And in Christmas, we never went without a Christmas. I don't know, not thinking back, I wonder just like, wow, how many sacrifices did they make? Not just coming to this country and forming their family here, but just everything. So then I knew I'm going to go to work. I'm going to work. I need to help out. And that's what I did. So, and just even in work, I've always just wanted more. And one step just led to another. And every job was a stepping stone for me to do something bigger, to make my parents proud, to let them know them crossing that border didn't mean shit.
say it louder. Yes.
Like I wanted them to know and feel proud, like they left their home, their roots, their comfort, their love. Because I don't think a lot of people just leave because they want to leave. They're leaving.
I didn't expect to get this emotional, but I'm like tearing up right now.
Me neither.
Sorry.
No. This is real, right? This is real.
This is Get Real with V, y'all. Yeah. We got real tears coming out.
Yes.
But this is so real, what you're saying. And my story also aligns with what you're saying, because I feel the same way. But I'll let you continue.
No, as I was saying, I haven't met anyone who just leaves their country just because. So in my mind, I was like, I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna make my parents proud. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna let them know all their sacrifices and everything was worth it. There was 5 of us, but I was the one who took the scholarly route. And it's never too late. My siblings could very well decide to do that in their life at any point in time. But at this time and at that, back then, I was just determined to be somebody, to ser alguien. For them. It wasn't about me. It was for them to say, this is why I left. This is why. At least una de mis hijas or whatever. And I did that. And even though right now, and my mom wasn't there because she had already passed, but I felt her every stage I crossed from, CCSF, City College of San Francisco, then my undergrad at San Francisco State, then my grad program, also San Francisco State. I felt her presence. I knew she was with me. She'd make it known every morning before, that putting on the cap and gown. I felt her. And my dad would just take me to the side and have these wonderful, just words of love and wisdom and pride, and just to assure me, aquí está orgullosa, hija. No te preocupes, contigo. Cross that stage. So every crossing of that stage, I'd bust out with I didn't do the dance, but I did the giants, the Barry Bonds. I kissed my fingers to heaven for my mama. Like, this is for you. This is for you, mommy. And
that's beautiful.
I would cry, but it was just like, I just needed to acknowledge her, like in the real, in the now.
Yeah.
And so this is a perfect segue. Her loss. It was really difficult. I went into a huge depression. And, have you ever heard of people that are just, just ill, but they're functioning, whether that's mental, physical, they're functioning. I was depressed. I was clinically depressed, but I didn't know it. I hadn't gone to have a diagnosis or anything.
But this was after your mom's passing,
It's after my mom's passing. I'm going back and forth, but so my mom passes away in May, and I had accepted entry to San Francisco State in August. and I didn't want to go to school anymore. Like this was like the undergrad part. I didn't want to go to school anymore. I was just not doing this, and I just couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
You were grieving. You were going through it.
Horribly.
Makes so much sense.
You know, my mind, body, and soul. I didn't have the words because I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to talk about it. But I felt it, you know, the crying and everything else. I was drinking a lot, and I never considered myself a drinker, an alcoholic, but I was drinking excessively so that I could fall asleep, not feel, not think, not cry. I just didn't want to. I didn't even want to live, really. For a moment, I was not going to attend college. And my dad, my husband, my siblings are like, you can't do that. You didn't get this far to come this far. You have to do this. If you can't do it for you, you have to do it for her. And so May, June, July, August, somehow I made it.
Oh, we could pause it real quick. We had to get some Kleenex real quick because we're over here cheating on us, crying a little bit.
Yes.
But we're good.
Okay, we're good.
All right, let's get back into it.
Yes. So August came around, and yes, I started going to school. I went to school, and I thank God for that, because that was my saving grace moment. I didn't have time to drink, to cry. It's a fast-paced environment. I mean, I was doing 15 units, 18 units. There is no time. And anyone who's gone to school knows what I mean by that. You really don't have the time. You're in class, and then, you have to have your homework. Then they put you in these groups. I've always found that very annoying, by the way.
Like class or groups for class?
Yes.
I hate it.
Oh,
Because then you got to pick up the slack sometimes.
Yes. And the professors were just like, we're not dividing here. So if X person doesn't do it, like, I don't want to hear it. This is a group thing. So like you say, you got to pick up the slack. So I didn't have time for that. So what happens is I'm on autopilot. Yes, I'm grieving, but it's kind of like on the back burner. Here and there, I would have breakdowns here and there, especially when I was alone or I had time to think. Like if I finished a particular project, paper, that's when it would come. But other than that, I was on autopilot. And after my bachelor's degree, I immediately got into the master's program because of my prior just work history. I was always like in the medical field and everything, working with people in social work settings. So that helped me get into the master's program immediately. So again, back burner, again, autopilot. And so that, that comes to an end. I graduate and start working. And again, just autopilot. I feel like I didn't have time to really grieve.
Process everything.
Yeah, no. My body felt it, but I did not have the time. I didn't have that luxury. That's another thing that really pisses me off. I didn't have the luxury to just wait, to just stand still. Like, the world doesn't wait for you. Nobody waits for you. It feels like you're alone. It feels like nobody cares. And even though my husband was there, he didn't know. He didn't have a magic wand. How frustrating and sad was that for my husband? Like, how... Now I understand what he went through after being able to hear it. There was nothing, trust. There was nothing nobody could say or do for me to feel any better. And the time just passed. Se pasó. So I did have the courage to seek out therapy.
Yay.
And that was life-changing. Everything started to make sense little by little. And all that hurt and that pain and resentment, because I had to go back a little bit. So despite, dealing with my mom's loss, I'm also grieving having to leave the city because we could no longer afford to be living in this city and fighting, trying to stay here. So that's another story that is just... Yeah, we could do that another day, but I preface that because everything felt like just bundled together. The grief, the anger, the loss. It was one loss after another. The love of my life, my city, still the love of my life. And I was angry all the time, and I was not happy. And trying to manage all those emotions was super, super hard. And one day, and I've said this story before, one day I got into a confrontation with 5 people on the street. And it was because I was so angry. And it was what I believe to be people that were not locals from San Francisco, who were just, I just didn't like. I didn't like what they did. I had an injury on my leg. I had a cane. I was walking on the street. Like I was going somewhere and they were coming. I think they were going the opposite directions on the same street. And so I figured, well, they're going to move, go aside. I just figured it wasn't like an entitlement thing.
Because you were walking that way, so you would think they would move, right?
Yes, all 5 of them.
5
Girl.
men?
They were
mixture?
3 men and 2 women. And they were different ethnicities, like different, heights or whatever. They were just all different. And they didn't move.
They expected you to move.
Yes. So I stood there. And I was just like, and I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know. And so I got really ugly and I said some really mean things. It was just basically like, do you see me? Do you not see me? And I waved my cane. Do you not see this? I'm so tired of just the lack of respect and all you coming to my city, because I bet you none of you are from this city. Because if you are, tell me right now, where you from? Where are you from? And who raised you? I think they were so shocked, baffled. They started I just remember they were trying to talk to me and I was like, you know what? Just shut the fuck up and move.
Were they trying to de-escalate it or were they?
Well, 2 of them were trying. The other ones were talking shit. So I was like, oh, hell to the no, right? No. And I just remember it just got really ugly. I said a lot of just mean things.
So let me ask you, sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead, cut me off.
Now looking back at that situation, do you feel like the emotions that came out was from that grief, from all the anger that you were originally feeling?
Yes.
Like it added on, right?
Yes.
That whole scenery.
That whole thing. It just did. I was not in a good place.
Yeah.
Could I have handled it different? Yes. Obviously, yes. But no, I do not regret what happened. Words were exchanged and I just said, look, it is in your best interest for you to walk away. But let me tell you something. When you see someone like me, when you see somebody like me with a cane, or just me in general, have respect. You're here as visitors. Read the room. Be respectful. Shame on you. Shame on you. And you're lucky my husband's not here because he'd beat all your asses. Yes, I said that. And I was angry. And like I said, I'm not going to say everything else I said, but I was not. I was just angry and I was mean and I said a lot of things. Coming home, my husband, he already knew something was going on. So I told him what happened. And he was like, babe, you know what? I'm glad that nothing happened to you. But you can't keep doing this. You can't do this. I cannot get to you in a matter of minutes should you need me.
Yeah.
Because I will. First of all, my worry is that these things happen so fast, by the time I get there, they're going to be gone. Something could have really went sideways. Didn't you think about that? I was like, no, I didn't. I wish a motherfucker would. That's what came out of my mouth, V. Like todavía. Pissed and angry. But it was just like everything.
Yeah. You were going through a very tough era in your life and you're still grieving. There's still a lot of anger. So, sometimes when situations happen and all that is like in your body, in your mind, little things will make you snap. Little things will just escalate in your mind.
Yeah. And just
it's a real thing.
And that night I just realized I can't live like this. I'm not living like this. And of course, I had therapy that week, told my therapist, and she was like, Valentina, you could have gotten hurt. Somebody could have gotten hurt. You could landed yourself in jail, girl.
Shout out to your therapist.
Yes. Yeah. I really did like her. She's like, I need something to change, mija. I'm going to speak to you with a lot of love. Yeah. You're not living. And so something I don't know when, but something started to change. And I said, I can't do this. And I need to transform this sadness, this anger into something positive for me, for my family, meaning my husband and my dogs, my puppies, you know? And Mission Native is it. Mission Native was it. Mission Native is my saving grace. Mission Native is my heart. It's my soul. It's what saved me from me. And that's why I always say, like, Mission Native was born from pain and grief. And it's blossomed into Vida y Corazón. And little by little, I just, I started creating things. I've always been a creative person, but I just started creating stuff for me. People would like it, and they're like, oh, that's nice, or that's dope. Can you make me something? And I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll make you this or whatever. And it wasn't until like someone's like, you need to be charging for this, girl. I'm going to pay you. And I'm like, no, quédatelo. They're like, no, I'm going to pay you.
Take the money, girl.
Yes. So I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't want to take it. And then she's like, well, I'm going to leave it right here because it's not coming home. Go buy yourself something. Go buy yourself some more materiales to do whatever. And that was like my first payment. That's my first payment. So
shout out to
yes.
That's all it takes.
Little by little, like that's the story about Mission Native and just how it's evolved. I have so many things I want to do and so many things I want to create. It's all like right here. It's right here. And poco a poco. Because I'm going to keep doing this until God says different. Till God y la Virgen de Guadalupe say different. I'm going to keep doing this. And boy, does it have its challenges.
Yeah, we want to hear about that. Like, how was it for you starting it up? Because there's a lot of people that are trying to start a business or trying to start a brand. And it's like, where do I start? And sometimes people just see like the rewards and like how great you're doing and all these followers and all this love, but they don't see you started.
Yeah.
And how tough it was to like get people to even, buy your things or know who you are, become customers. Like, how was that process for you?
I just remember like thinking, okay, what do I like? I'm going to do what I like. I wasn't thinking about people yet. I was just like, what do I like that I haven't seen? What do I like that nobody else is doing here in the city, in the Mission? Let's start there. Let's be very clear. What is something that someone's not doing? And I got my answer. Like, this would be so dope if I had earrings that said this or looked that way. And my husband's all, do it. Do it.
I love that. I love that you said that.
Yeah, he's like, do it. Do it. You could do it. And he's the one who gives me ideas. Like when I can't think no more. Like my 415s, my 415 hoops, I can't take the credit for that.
That was him?
That was him.
Okay.
He's like, that'd be so sick if you put 415 on hoops. I cannot take the credit for that. He did that. And I was like, that's right, babe. You're right. He's like, yeah. He's like, I haven't seen 415 hoops like that or anything. So do it. And it was just...
You're wearing your hoops right now too, huh?
I'm wearing my Virgen de Guadalupe hoops because I knew like I was going to be probably talking about stuff and, Yodona and stuff. I said, Virgencita, you need to take care of me today and every day. But that's how that started, and ideas just started to flow. And again, it was just speaking from my heart, and it's an open love letter. It's a love letter to Frisco, to La Misión. And that's how I viewed it then, view it now, even though despite back then, it's growing into different directions that I'm trying to contain, and I can't contain her anymore. But we can talk about that a little bit later. But going back to how that started, it's just, again, what do I like? What do I like about my city? What are my favorite things? How can I translate that into something wearable, something that I'm proud of, something that no matter where I am, I have a piece of home with me. That was my end goal. I want to always have something from home with me so it could remind me of who I am, how I got here, and proud of my roots. Everything that I create is that story. It's always from that storyline. How can I be different? I don't care about Juana, Fulana, Susana. I don't care about what people are doing. What is Valentina going to do? And that's how Mission Native just started, growing and flourishing. And even like to now, to date, what can I do different? Because we're, a lot of us are from the city, we're from the mission, and the same things or the similar things may catch our eye or may inspire us because this is our home. This is our cultura. It'd be really dumb and ignorant to think that only one person could hold that. No, we're a community. But the secret is, what you gonna do different? Do it. It hasn't been done before? Do it. Don't care about anything or anyone, because people are always going to have something to say, especially people who feel intimidated by you, by whatever it is, or they feel a lack of, or you trigger something in them. That's not your job. It's not your responsibility. No.
I'm smiling right now because this is literally what I say.
Yeah, it's not your responsibility. It's not. And for the longest time, if I heard someone say something mean or whatever, man, it would hurt me, hurt my feelings. And I've dealt with a lot of stuff that I don't talk about. I've dealt with just things that I don't even want to give breath and energy to. They know who they are. They know exactly who they are. And you know what? You ain't stopping shit. That's what I have to say.
As you should. Yeah.
I'm me. I don't care about what anybody else is doing. It's like when you're in school and you're taking a test. My eyes are on my paper. My paper. I don't care about your paper. I care about my paper. This is my grade. I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there on my terms. I don't need you. I don't need anybody's approval. I don't need you to sign off on anything. Period.
And that's why you're in where you're at now.
And I thank God for that. I thank God for that.
Because, a lot of us, and including myself in the past, we were always so busy looking at everyone else and what they're eating, what's on their plate, not realizing that we need to focus on what's here. If you want to go somewhere, far in life, if you want to accomplish something, you're not going to accomplish it by looking at everyone else. Laser focus, staying in your lane. Do what you got to do. Become 1% better for yourself. Yes. Do what you got to do for yourself every day. And that's what you did.
That's what I did.
And that's what you're continuing to do.
Yes.
I love that.
I love it. I love that. But again, my husband's the one who always puts things back into perspective because I'm human.
Yeah.
I will have my off days and I'll be like, I don't want to do this anymore. Ya estoy cansada. I'm tired of sometimes it feels like an uphill battle. Especially when things come at you from people that you don't expect or you think like, wow, it causes like a shift. Again, I'm not perfect. I'm human. My husband will be like, and so you do you. You stay focused. You do what's in your heart. That's it. Do what's in your heart. And so that's what I say to people when they ask me. Is digo, like, follow your heart, follow your dreams, make it you. There's already X, Y, and Z. You're you. So what do you bring? What are your passions? What are you passionate about? How can you make things different? That's what it's about. And just being authentic to you. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. And that's where a lot of things or a lot of people like get confused and stuck because it kind of happened to me for a little bit, But I'm like, no, I'm not going to allow people to punk me and bully me. Nah.
I love that. Seriously. Oh my God. Everything you're saying is like, feels like you're talking to me, but it's so true. Even starting this podcast, I was in my head about it. It was a thought, but, I was just like, something inside me was like, just do it, Vero. Even if you start at home I literally just bought a microphone off a TikTok shop. I used my laptop and I started recording at home. Yeah. I was like, F it. Y'all, I'm starting a podcast. And then it evolved into something more. And for me, my mission is to empower. I want to empower women mostly because I feel like us as women are always put down in society and our self-esteem is just to shits. And so I feel like when your self-esteem is not here, every other aspect of your life is just not there. And when you're able to have confidence, we have confidence in life, in yourself, and who you are, you attract healthy relationships. You attract healthy friendships. You attract healthy environments, a healthy job, a healthy career. You're more able to set boundaries and operate out of love, not out of anger, not out of sadness, not out of this, but just like a different type of vibration. And so that's what this podcast is really about, is trying to do that and have women like you on here who are also doing that work, who, you know, are leading by example and showing those that are listening in that this can be them too. Just hear how we got there. It's possible.
With that, you said a couple things right now that triggered these thoughts. A lot of people don't see how you got here. They see the aftermath. You know, doing the self-work and doing that internal work is important, because I lost what I thought were my like forever familia, forever homegirls along this journey. And those people are not with me in this journey now. And I'm grateful. I'm happy, because they like the broken me. They like the unhealed version of me. The one that said yes to everything. The one that was there. The one that picked up the pieces. The one that did everything anytime. Because that's what you do, right? For family, that's what you do. For homegirls, that's what you do, right? That's what we're taught to do. But how about when I need you? I'm strong, but I break too. So things happen, and those people, you know, it's funny, I could say that with a smile now. Like I needed to have my heart broken in that way, because I wouldn't have the opportunities that I have now. And my social circle is really tiny. Just a few homegirls. That's it. And that's okay. You know, but I didn't think I would ever have a friend again, because no one talks about friendship breakups, or even being estranged from certain family members.
It's tough.
Yeah.
You're right. When you start becoming the best version of yourself, when you start letting go of the old version of you, unfortunately, some friends go too, and family.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them are still stuck in that cycle. They're still stuck in that mentality. And when they see you shining, it's like, why is she like doing so good? What is it about her? What makes her so different? And then it becomes envy, instead of being like, Valentina, you're glowing. I love this. Teach me. I want to learn. I want to know. Like, I want to get out of this too. But it's become like this envy instead, this jealousy. And it's like, well, shoot, that should be me. It can be you. It can. But you got to get real with yourself. You got to look in the mirror. What are you doing wrong? Hold yourself accountable to your actions. Hold yourself accountable to all the shit in your past, what you've gone through, your traumas, your triggers. We all have it.
Yeah, we do.
And we're not perfect. You know what I
No.
mean? We all we come with baggage. It's about being aware of it and holding yourself accountable and trying to work through it together. That's I'm a big advocate in like empowering people.
Yes.
Like when I see the anger, when I see you're just at a low point, I speak life into you, because maybe you need that. Maybe me speaking life in that moment is what's plants a seed for them to blossom a little bit. Maybe they won't blossom right away.
But you planted something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm over here getting into my motivational speaking.
No, I love that. I love that, because we all need to hear it. Like you said, we're not perfect. I don't wake up every day, you know, perfect. No one's perfect. I still struggle with certain things. I'm still working on myself, because it is for me at least, it's a life journey. This is going to be for the rest of my life. And I'm still learning to cope. There's things I want to share with my mom. There's things I want to pick up the phone and call my dad, you know, and I can't do that. And those moments will set me back. So I will always be doing the work. The work never stops, and we could always learn. It's a daily thing for me.
Yeah.
It will always be a daily thing. And I'm not going to get it right every day, but later, just thinking about it, what could I do different? What could I have done different? Acknowledging the triggers, is huge. Just me being able to acknowledge a trigger, I'm like, dang, I've come pretty far. I acknowledge that. That's my shit. That's not that person's stuff. That was me. So that's also like, wow, okay. It's a life. It's a life thing. Yeah.
Yeah, we're constantly learning, you know. We didn't have a manual on this life. Our parents didn't either.
No.
They were figuring it out, and they might have gotten it wrong a couple times, you know. But I think that's the beautiful part of like us, our generation, is like seeing how they were raised and how they were in survival mode, right? And realizing like that's the way they were operating out of that place. And that helped me in my healing journey to give my dad more grace for the way he showed up in our relationship. And that helped me heal that relationship with him because I was able to have a transparent conversation and tell him like, this is how I felt because you were absent. And I needed you. Because he's older now, he was able to take that and actually like say, I'm sorry, mija. This is what I knew. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful, most healing thing I could have ever gone through this year, honestly. And that was like the icing on top for me.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
That is.
We can go on and on about this stuff. But let's get into Mission Native.
Mission Native.
Yeah.
Okay.
What advice would you have for someone that, you know, is also wanting to start something like Mission Native? You have any advice that you could give to someone out there that is just thinking about it?
Yeah, well, like I said earlier, it's just really focusing on yourself, not focusing on what other people are doing. That's my biggest advice. Okay. Stop worrying about what anyone is doing. What do you want to do? What are you passionate about? And that's where people mistaken things, from my opinion. This is not about the money for me. It's never been about the money for me. I've been so blessed to be able to say this. It's not about the money, and it will never be about the money for me. This is my heart and this is my soul here. The money comes later. The money comes with passion. People see you. People will find you. Your people will find you. The moment you do something that's not true to you, it's like wearing it on yourself. Like people see it. You see it. It makes you uncomfortable. This isn't me. So I always tell them, what is it something that you want to do? What are you passionate about? I had one person wanted to do, I remember, lip gloss brand. She's like, well, there's so many people that do lip gloss, even a lot of youth, a lot of older people. I'm like, okay, but what are you going to do different about your lip gloss? You're passionate about lip gloss. I love lip gloss. A lot of us love lip gloss. So can you do different? What are all these people that are making lip gloss doing that they're not meeting your needs? That's what you focus on. That's my advice. Focus on your needs. What are you trying to do? And I'm going to say it again. If you're doing this just for the money, I don't think it is going to work out. Because you're chasing the paper. You're not chasing a dream. Mm-hmm. You're not chasing a passion. You're not chasing your soul. You're not chasing what ignites you. You're chasing paper. Paper comes, paper goes. It's always going to be like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
No. So yeah, that's what I tell people. That's what I would tell people.
Whatever you're passionate
about.
You heard her, y'all.
Yes.
We're going to have you on stage too speaking.
Yes. Oh my God.
I needed that. I needed to hear that too.
Yes.
Like I tell myself this all the time. Like I'm always saying this to other people, but it's just so nice to have conversations with others that are on the same path and say it back, you know, or like just...
because you need to hear it.
Yeah.
We're talking about like imposter syndrome, right? You don't think like you're worthy. Speaking for myself, I'm taught to be humble and be gracious and not be boisterous and show offy. I don't think I'm any of those things, but that was instilled in me too.
Yeah, that's instilled in a lot of us.
Yes.
That we're show offs if we put our stuff out there.
Yes,
that's far from the case.
Exactly. Like be humble, you know. Whatever my mom would say, lo que hagas con la mano derecha, saber, you keep it to yourself. So it's like these cultural things that come about all the time in these thoughts, right? Like I think we set limits on ourselves unintentionally because we don't want to brag or we don't want to do this or we don't want to do that. And I just say, and this is not a bragging moment, but
It's not at all.
No, Telemundo saw me, girl. Like Telemundo
Girl,
came
brag. You should brag. Like, I haven't been on Telemundo. They haven't been on Telemundo. You should brag, especially think about it, like everything you have gone through, all the challenges, all the pain, all the grief. And then to make it this far, you better I'm getting excited. But you better brag and you better gas yourself up, because who else is going to do it? Maybe your husband, right? But you. That's what I want people to understand is like, gas yourself up. Love yourself. Don't expect your mom, your family, your friends to do it. They might do it, right? But you are the only person that can love you and honor and gas you up.
Yeah.
Everything else will follow.
See, you see, Reno? That's exactly what I'm talking about. And I don't even talk about that. See, my ass is so, I don't talk about Telemundo. I don't talk about Mission Local.
Girl, you better start talking about it. I want to see in all your stories.
You know, being an article on Mission Local, yo, like Mission, hello,
yes,
right? Doing
you are that girl.
Like, oh my God. And this is all because I'm just following my dreams and my passion. BC came out to a pop-up that we did with a collective group. But I was like, see, girl, I was on NBC too. And these are just like these beautiful moments. And I'm like, oh my God, this really happened. And I think for me, it just means a lot because I'm not a Nepo baby. I'm not a Nepo baby. I don't know people to get things and to get things done, because we all know, we all know that there are certain circles that, you know, people are in, or, you know, it's just who, you know, your people are, certain doors might open for you, and gatekeeping will happen for you too because of that. Yeah, I said that. And because, you know, you don't know these people, but who cares? Because they don't dictate who you are. God decides what's going to happen. He's in my life. You know, God decides, well, they closed that door on her. I got 3 more doors for her. You know, he sees everything we don't see. And so I feel like those of us work even harder, and it's okay. I feel like it takes me longer because I ain't kissing nobody's ass. It takes me longer, and that's okay. It's my journey. It's my journey, and I don't need anyone to like me. You don't need anybody to like you. You need to like yourself and just worry about you, and everything will flow, and everything will. You just have to have faith in yourself, you know?
Yeah, that's honestly the best advice you can give anyone, because I know there's a lot of people out there that are struggling with that, or struggling with like, damn, why aren't my friends supporting me or my family? And I've been there too, you know? But it's like, I've learned like your tribe is out there. Just keep doing it. Keep posting. Keep being authentic.
And it's hurtful, right? When those people that you expect, that you would
do it for, right? You're not getting it in return. It's like,
but you're out here liking everybody else's posts, right? Strangers who don't even know you exist.
Reposting celebrities.
Yeah, and all that. Like, oh, but you can't, like, if you don't have the money to buy anything from me, you could support me for free. You could tell someone about my jewelry. You could tell someone about my designs. You could tell someone about my page. You can share. You can comment. You can like. That's all free. I don't bill you for that. Do you bill people for that, Vero?
No. Yeah. I wish.
Yeah, exactly. It's all, but that's when you find out quién está contigo, quién no está contigo. And you know what? If you need to just cry a little bit, it's okay, but lift yourself up and dust yourself off, and you know, you're moving forward. I'm doing this with or without you. I don't need you. I don't need your permission.
Yes.
That's it. So tired of all that.
I love it. Okay, let's go into Hoops for Hope.
Gosh, that's my baby.
Yes, so I want to hear about that. I just saw you posted you're celebrating
6 years.
6 years, yes. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
I did look it up, but I want you to tell us a little bit about what it is and how you came up with it.
So besides, of course, Mission Native, Hoops for Hope. Hoops for Hope it's basically a program. I call it a campaign where I give away hoops. That's what I do. And it came about in the pandemic during 2020, where all those graduates couldn't be a part of their celebration. Like literally the world shut down, right? There was no graduation, no crossing the stage, no prom, no fiestas with the family. Everyone was at home because of the pandemic. And that really got to me. That really just got to me, hearing stories and seeing like las muchachas crying about their prom and all the stuff that they've done leading up to that point, that was void. Right? And I said to myself, like, what can I do to make a difference or to put a smile on their face? What can I do? And I thought, well, I'm going to do what I do best. I'm going to do some hoops and I'm going to give away these hoops. And con lo que me alcance el dinero, that's what I'm going to do. That's how many I'm going to give away.
It's okay.
Let me go get water. My gosh. I said, con lo que me alcance my little budget, because everyone was struggling financially. I wasn't, what did I want to say? Que nos afectó a todos, pues. And
We're hoop for hope.
yes, for hope. So I made like 20, 25. And I said, well, I'm not just going to give them away. I want them to do something in return. And I wanted something that would uplift them. That was my thought, to encourage and to uplift. So I just posted it like, I'm going to exchange my hoops for your hopes. You're going to send me an essay or even a poem on what your hopes and dreams are for your future and what your plans are to achieve them. I didn't say it had to be a maximum or a minimum of like pages or words. Just speak from your heart. That was it. That's all. That was all my rules and regulations. And to this day, that's all it is. It really is. I haven't changed it. I just kept doing it like every year. The issue with that is that more people start learning about it. Because first I only started it only for high school San Francisco, especially the Mission District in San Francisco. But then again, it starts growing and other people were like, well, can I also send it in? But, I live in such and such place, and to turn them away broke my heart. And I did have to turn them away because I had a set goal. So the following year, I started opening it up to college people. And then eventually to all the cities and the counties. Now I do it statewide, all United States. I support people from high school and from college. And last year, it was the first time that people were wanting to help me. So they ended up donating money.
That's beautiful.
And that was amazing. Brown Issues. Are you familiar with Brown Issues?
It sounds familiar.
Okay, she's amazing. They're amazing. They came out to interview me. They came out and they gave me a check so that I can get hoops for more. You have to
shout
see
them
it.
out. Brown Issues.
She's like, this is how much we're going to donate so that you can give away more hoops. And that was amazing. And so little by little, people were like, I'll donate. And what I tell them is, you're going to sponsor a random student, full price of the hoops. They're $65. You don't have to donate $65. I don't know your pocketbook. If you want to donate 5, 10, 15, 20, you can donate that too. Whatever is in your heart that will help me reach my goal is appreciated. I had one person who just dropped $200 on me a couple months ago. And I'm like, I think you made a mistake, Mija. I think you meant $20. I'll send it back. I'll send this back to you. She's like, no, I meant $200. I started crying. I was like, oh my God, this is $200. Oh my God. And I was just so grateful and so happy. And that's my goal, to give as many hoops as possible every year. So I'm going to continue to do that.
No, I love that so much because, you're giving a part of something that you love, something you're passionate to these kids. In return, they're giving you their hopes and aspirations. And not only that, but how they're going to achieve them.
Yes.
What more of a way to make an impact?
Yes. It's so exciting. See, now I'm excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
That is exciting.
I'm so excited.
Do you know how many students you're impacting? Gosh. This is your 6th year doing it, and it seems like it's growing.
It's my 6th year. And even if people can't donate or they can't sponsor, it's okay. I'm still going to do it. I may not be able to do a whole bunch like I want to do, but I'm still going to do it. That's not going to stop me. It's just going to break my heart for everybody who submits. Yeah. That's the hardest part. And I had to take myself out of it. So I have had help, people reading the entries just to get more eyes. And I don't get, because si fuera por mí, I want to give everybody some, but I can't. Yeah. So then I'm just sitting there with a pile of like papers and upset and crying because it's like, how do I tell one person they're deserving and not the other? I got to take myself out of the equation. And so I did that for 2 years, and we'll see this year. Que Dios dice, see how many submissions I get, but we're going to do that. And I even had a photographer reach out to me that they want to collaborate with me, with the graduate students, to take photos. So I'm excited about that. I didn't see that coming. And
blessings.
It's just blessing on blessing.
Yeah.
And I have to shout out Chicano Soul. Chicano Soul is a wonderful creator. He's a photographer. He's beautiful. His art is just so beautiful. He hit me up and said, I'd love to do a collaboration with you for Hoops for Hope. Bring in the lowriders and bring in the students and doing, a photo shoot.
Hell yeah.
When he reached out to me, I was like, oh my God. It's like, I love his work too. It's like these blessings that just come. And it's like, wow, this is growing beyond me. And I was telling you that off the record, that I've been trying to contain Mission Native so long. I can't keep doing that. And it's been so hard because little by little, it's transitioning into, I always say, Mission Native, La Rosa Hermosa. La Rosa Hermosa, you're going to start seeing La Rosa Hermosa more and more. And it's not that I'm changing up, switching up, nothing. That it's my calling. And a lot of people would reach out to me and say, I love your brand. I love what you stand for. I love that you put on for your city. But I'm from Detroit. But I'm from New York. And I feel like I'd be fronting, like if I, bought something or did something. And I'm like, but I have other things that are not Frisco, that are not 415. But I can't tell you the hundreds of women that would say this to me. So that really hurt my heart because even though I'm doing something so beautiful and so wonderful and so great, hundreds of women expressed that they felt left out. So when you start seeing La Rosa Hermosa like printed on my shirts and stuff, it's just know that it's an extension, and it's that rose from concrete that is growing without permission, without food, without anything. She's growing and I cannot contain her. So I have to feed her and give her life and celebrate her and give her, food for, para las rosas. Give her the sunlight, give her everything, because this has grown to where I never imagined. This is my heart, and I'm not going to contain that. I can't. So it's not like I'm going to be switching up or changing the name. No, but when you see that, now you know the story. It has to be that way.
Yeah, that's beautiful, because now, like you started it within your cultura, within here in the mission, and, you've impacted a lot of lives through it here, but now it's hitting worldwide, right? Other women from other states that also align with your mission.
Yes.
And that should tell you like how much of an impact you're making. And it's like, you can't say no.
No, I just pray.
Yeah.
I pray, and I'm like, Dios mío, show me the way, my way, in my heart. Like, lead me, but with my values and my core, with my heart, the way that you led me before. Like, don't let go of my hand. Because I always want to be myself. Okay, so I'm branching out and not just focusing on the mission, not just Frisco. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
It'll always be at the heart, the core.
Yes, because I want to empower and uplift and cultivate. That's what I want to do. That's my mission in life.
I'm here with you, girl. we going to do this together.
Yes.
Oh, I love this. Oh, my God. To say, like, you're an inspiration, seriously, you're doing amazing work.
Thank you.
I know.
Thank you. Don't tell me our time.
Yeah, our time is coming up. We're closing down.
Oh my gosh, that's okay.
But I appreciate everything you have shared with us, and
Thank you.
Your story, the challenges, your pain, your grief. There's so many people out there that are walking around holding on to grief, holding on to anger.
Yes.
And I feel like the moment you allow yourself to process all of that through therapy, it can really change your life. And I feel like you're a prime example of that. So seriously, kudos to you for taking the first step to go to therapy, because especially in our cultura, our culture is like, when it comes to therapy, it's not something that it's the first thing we run to.
No, it's not celebrated. It's not.
Mental health is not a thing, right? All these diagnoses are not a thing, but it's important to be self-aware about these things so we can grow as humans and excel in this life, because I feel like this world already is full of chaos and evil, and it's just trying to dumb us down, trying to put us in a box, trying to keep us here. And it's like, no, like you see it, I see it. Like, we gonna go into that room. We gonna step up with confidence. We're gonna build that business from scratch, even if I have to invest and wait years till it blossoms. So you're doing that.
I love it. I love it. And I hope que Dios me preste más vida, like I said, just to keep going. Because I'm in love with what I do. I am. And just to have that ability and to have, you know, a partner who supports me and who really just encourages me. That's a flex. That's the flex. Not everything else. It's that to me, that's a flex to me. You know?
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's amazing.
You have a partner that uplifts you and supports you. And that's another thing that I very big on is a healthy partnership. Yeah. Like, we didn't grow up seeing that. I know I didn't. And when you're able to be in a healthy relationship, you're going to show other women what's possible and not settling just for someone because you want someone to be there with you, but being with someone that uplifts you, supports you, gives you ideas, encourages you.
And who doesn't mind being on the passenger side of my 63, girl?
Oh, he's a passenger king? I'm going to say he's a passenger king.
Yeah, he's a passenger king. Yes, he is. That's what I really, really like. He's like, no, you drive. He's like, that's your car. Like, that's you, you know?
That's a real man right there. Yeah, he lets you drive. He's like, you know what, babe? It's all good. I'll be in the passenger.
I'm like, it's my dream car, my car. But, you know, he loves her too. He be polishing her and everything. And I let him drive her too. I'm like, you want to drive? And he just smiles. So I throw him the keys to my car. But yeah, I love that.
Yes, I love that for you. And you should post more about you guys' love relationship, you know?
See, that is a whole other thing. Like, I just feel like, so there are certain sacred things that I don't want people to touch, that I don't want people to see. It's just, and he's one of them. My relationship is that. My pups are that. It's like, but when you see me on the street and you see me, you're going to see them. You know, I don't talk about my Impala as well, because she's part of that. It's like, these are the things I want to see here. There we go, about containing. I have that thing. Like, I want it just for me, just from my heart. Solo para mí. But when you see me, like, they're there, they're with me. I can't hide that, but I'm not there yet, you know, because people, there's just a lot of people who are, you know, it's just healed people. Yeah. Unhealed. I'm going to retract. Unhealed people, you know, and it's like, no. Like, I'm not going to allow you. I have boundaries. I have these boundaries. Yeah. But like I said, nos ven juntos. They see me, you see me. Like, hi. But yeah, no, maybe later, you know, we could do something or algo. Yeah. But thank you for saying that.
No, definitely. There's just, like, I'm a firm believer in just I put my life on blast. Like, I say everything, mainly because I want to give people that testimony to see that you can literally change your life and live the life that you've always desired. So I literally, like, everything about my life is probably on the internet. And I'm okay with that, though, because, like I said, for me, my mission is different. And I feel like I can inspire more women to not settle, to work on themselves, to love themselves. And so I realize that I have to post things that I wouldn't probably say, you know? So there's a lot of couples out there that are not happy or not healed, are not doing therapy. They don't believe in it. They don't encourage each other. They're complacent. And so the reason why I was like, I encourage you to post more is because there's probably couples out there that will get inspired by you too, you know? Men out there that could get inspired by him encouraging his woman, you know? So that's the reason why I brought that up.
And these are things that I also need to hear.
Okay.
I do.
I'm glad. That makes me happy.
No. I do need to hear that. Because again, it took me this long to make certain changes or adjustments to Mission Native. But I see your point, and I think you're right. We need to mirror back to our community, this could very well, be there. You know what? I just need to pray about it. I need to pray about it more and see where that takes me because you're right. You're absolutely, and I needed to hear that today.
You were God.
Yes, you did. You need to hear about that today. It's true. But for now, all I can say is like my mom would say, you see us together. You see me driving. You see my babies. You see my pups. You see it. It
reminds me of a song. I know you see it. Sorry. Close down, because if not, we'll be here all day.
Yes, we will.
And I can't. Let's just take a moment to thank God right now, please.
Yes.
Oh, thank you so much for all the blessings, Lord. We feel in alignment today, and it is Sunday.
There we
go. Thank you. I cannot thank you enough. You are just amazing.
Oh, yes.
Amen.
Amen.
We said it at the same time. All right, y'all. Okay. Well, let them know where they can find you, your IG and all that. And
yes, find me and
we'll put it right here.
On Instagram, find me under Mission Native, also La Rosa Hermosa. So if you were to type up La Rosa Hermosa, you're going to find us there too. I am working on a website. That's also something that I've been fighting. We didn't get a chance to talk about that, but I am actively doing that. And I should have my Shopify by the end of the year, if not even sooner.
Yeah.
But that's how you can reach me. Right now, it's just Instagram, and bear with me, and I'm there. But if you want to see me, if you want to find me, you're going to find me. Trust. You're going to find me.
Especially at a pop-up.
Yeah. And thank you guys. I couldn't do this without you. You guys are literal. You guys are my rosas hermosas. Las quiero. I love you. Thank you.
Oh, that's the best way to close down. Thank y'all so much for being here. Thank you for listening in. You saw us shed a tear. You saw us giggle and laugh. This is Get Real with V. Like we're getting real here. Join us, subscribe, like, comment, share it to your family and friends. I know there's someone out there that can get something from all these stories. So once again, thank you so much for being here. We love you. Bye.